Have you been watching Bitcoin and its fellow crypto assets make life-changing gains this year? Do you want to harness the potential to make those gains without paying the most amount of taxes? Let's deep dive into iTrustCapital, the way to responsibly and have foresight into creating massive crypto gains in the future. With iTrustCapital, you can avoid paying short-term capital gains and amass a retirement portfolio that you'll be proud of for years to come. Let's deep dive why I like iTrustCapital, why I made them a channel sponsor, and how they can benefit you and your life. Now, when you're looking at that vast realm of cryptocurrency with market cap touching $2 trillion, it's a world full of untapped potential, right? Imagine a future where this balloons to $40 trillion, and it really can. And it sounds like a pipe dream, but in crypto, dreams have a habit of coming true, right? So what's the best way to navigate this potential growth responsibly with foresight? Well, we're going to use iTrustCapital and talk about kind of what we can do and how we can utilize them to make some massive gains here. Now, before we focus on iTrustCapital itself, let's analyze the Bitcoin asset class and the wider crypto markets to see where things are headed. Whenever I'm looking at Bitcoin, I look at it on the monthly or the weekly. And if you're a beginner, I want you to understand this chart. We have a halving here in 2010 where Bitcoin really started to move. That was our first halving. Then 2012, 2016, 2020, and now here we are at 2024. About to have a halving in about 50 days. This is a big deal. This is where you want to be in cryptocurrency. Now, with this happening, we can see there's going to be a pretty big move to the upside, and I'm pretty amazed by that, right? Each time we have a halving, you can see cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a whole have a massive, massive uptrend. Now, there have been diminishing returns each time on the halving, and it says maybe we get a big, smaller move comparatively, but even if we get a move up to here, that's a $310,000 Bitcoin. So we're looking at some massive, massive potential. In my eyes, in the next 18 months, many, many multimillionaires are going to be printed, and there's going to be life-changing wealth made inside of cryptocurrency. If you want to store that wealth for future generations and for yourself later on in retirement, iTrustCapital really will be able to maximize the potential. Say you got into Bitcoin here, but then you sold it there. Then it came back down and you bought it again here throughout these entire cycles. Say you're going to trade Bitcoin for a long period of time and you wanted to get in at the bottom of the markets and sell off when the markets got very frothy and overbought. If you did that multiple times in a 4 to 5 year time span inside of Bitcoin, those will be non-taxable events. But on other exchanges, they would be, right? They'd be short-term capital gains. So this is a really big deal. It keeps you from having to pay those short-term capital gains year after year on your transactions. I'm excited to see where Bitcoin could go, and I see a potential of a massive move coming once this halving hits. What are some coins that you may want to look at that iTrustCapital has access to? One coin that I really like that has a lot of institutional support and people talking about it is Chainlink. Chainlink did a beautiful consolidation here. For months, it sat sideways between basically $5 and $7. Eventually, it woke up, and you can see for the last 6-7 months, it has been booming all the way to 20 bucks. Does Chainlink have more gas in the tank? Is it going to continue? Well, that's something that we're going to deep dive for you right now and kind of show you some ideas that I have behind what's happening for Chainlink. Now, the monthly's high, but we still have a lot to go here in this rally, and I could definitely see a continuation. The weekly does show that it could continue up, and we have a 21 crossing the 200. We also have a golden cross preemptively coming on here, and you have this big giant bull. You have resistance right there because we've bounced a few times off this level right here, and we broke nicely above it. But you can see this is a resistance right here for Chainlink at about $20. Once Chainlink rips above 20, I see it flying up to 27. And then once it breaks 27, the all-time highs are just not that far away. It has one more resistance level till it can rip back to 50 bucks. Now, Bitcoin's already passed $1 trillion market cap at this point, and we could see just continuation of up to $2, maybe even $3 trillion for Bitcoin alone. The major altcoins, Ethereum, they could see a massive rally too, upwards of $2 to $3, even $4 trillion. If Bitcoin hits 3 or 4 trillion, I see a $10 trillion market cap. If that's the case, I see Chainlink going to possibly 150 bucks. I mean, that's going to be a 15x from where we're at. So we could see a massive move in Chainlink. It could really do some damage for a coin that's this big as well. And it's basically the less risky coin because it's been around a long time. It's not disappearing. It's not rug pulling. And it has major institutional support. Also, this connects the real world assets to an oracle. Basically, it makes blockchain available to the real world. Real world asset is going to be a big deal. Chainlink is going to be on the forefront. That is a crypto asset class called RWA, real world assets, that you may want to look into. You can buy and sell Chainlink inside of your iTrustCapital account tax-free For instance, what if you got into Chainlink here at 5, 9, and you were able to sell it at 15, buy it back in at 12, sell it in again at 19? These would be non-taxable events. I'm putting a long-term bag into Chainlink, and I hold it, and I can't wait to see what happens to the future of Chainlink. Another thing that I want to talk about with iTrustCapital is the markets. They have access to a lot of coins that you wouldn't believe. Like Shiba Inu has absolutely skyrocketed in the last few days. It's gone up huge. Imagine being able to get in and get out on that, maybe even flip that into Bitcoin. Those are non-taxable events. You really have to realize how important and amazing that is. Now, with the tax deadline approaching, I want to talk about some things about your traditional IRA. For clients with traditional IRAs who aren't taking distributions, the process is pretty straightforward. iTrustCapital works with a third-party custodian. They handle the tax documents for these accounts. But with distributions, you're going to have to want to bring in your own tax professional, right? And it's important to assure all the steps for your tax filing are correctly and completed. So if you're doing distributions, definitely bring in your accountant. If not, it's pretty straightforward. Now, Roth IRAs are a little different, and they differ from traditional IRAs in taxation. While taxes on distributions might not be necessary, certain forms are still required. This is also true for those who have converted their accounts to a Roth IRA. And the key forms might include Form 1099-R, 1040, 1040A, and Form 8606. One thing I want to talk about too is you can put $500 more in your IRA now than you could in 2022. So remember, in getting ready as you prepare for 2024 tax season, it's important to be aware that the 2023 IRA contributions have increased by $500 from 2022. And here are the limits for the tax year. $6,500 if you're under the age of 50, $7,500 if you're 50 or older. I just wanted to point those things out and make sure you knew those specifics about your Roth or your IRA with iTrustCapital. iTrustCapital, my companion in this journey, offers a platform where you can invest in crypto, gold, and silver through your IRA, combining the revolutionary upside potential of cryptocurrencies with the tried and true benefits of retirement accounts. And here's the kicker. You gain full exposure to the benefits of these crypto investments, and you also have incredible tax advantages. Let's talk numbers with these benefits, because in the end, that's what we're all here for, right? With iTrustCapital, you're looking for a 0 monthly account fee, no startup fees, and a transparent 1% transaction fee per buying and selling cryptocurrency. And it's not just the low fees that have me sold, it's the tax advantages that can change the game for a long-term investor. Imagine investing in crypto on a typical exchange versus doing it through iTrustCapital. On a crypto exchange, each and every single trade is a taxable event. Each of your profits are subject to capital gains, and this makes a massive dent in your finances. However, within an IRA, these gains grow tax-free until you withdraw, or even tax-free forever if you're dealing with a Roth IRA, where you only pay taxes on when you add the funds. This is an insanely powerful investment tool if you're expecting to make massive gains. The power of compounding growth without the tax man cutting into your profits cannot be understated, and iTrustCapital has this benefit. I run my own business, and for my fellow entrepreneurs and self-starters, iTrustCapital's SEP IRA is a game changer with higher contribution limits of up to 25% in business revenue. As always, though, discuss the specifics of contribution limits and your business with a tax professional. Combining crypto and iTrustCapital is how you supercharge your retirement savings. And for those worried about security, especially in the light of recent SIM swap attacks, iTrustCapital ensures your assets are secured with redundancy and an institutional cold storage, giving you peace of mind without the headache of guaranteeing your own self-storage and custody. In the vast and sometimes tumultuous ocean of crypto, having a vessel like iTrustCapital can make your voyage towards financial freedom more navigable, secure, and ultimately profitable. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, the potential of integrating crypto into your long-term investment strategy through iTrustCapital is too compelling to ignore. I'm all in on planning for a future where crypto plays a pivotal role in both my own and society's financial health. If you're with me, hit the link below to explore iTrustCapital. Start your journey, set sail towards a prosperous future, and let's ride this crypto wave together. Until next time, keep living the crypto life. I'm the Crypto Lifer. Stay informed, and God bless.